what's going on, you guys? Welcome back to a brand new video on the channel. In today's video, I kind of wanted to do a little bit of a fun, so to say, little discussion. Nothing too crazy. It is the Switch's 1 year anniversary. I don't think this will be uploaded like on the anniversary. It'll probably be like in the general time frame. The Switch's 1 year is coming up. Right now, it's May 18th that I'm recording this, but I'm not alone. I have me a very special guest. My friend Suprtendo, or Edgar. I brought him here for a few reasons. One, because obviously we're friends, so that makes a lot of sense. Two is that we, obviously being friends, we have been playing games together for a long time. We played pretty much the entirety of the Switch 1 generation together and into the Switch 2. But third is we were not necessarily at the launch together, but like we were at the launch together for the Switch 2, and we've had pretty much we've played pretty much all the main games together, and if there hasn't been like a game that one of us has played, the other probably has, so I felt like that was, logically made sense to do. So yeah, how, first of all, before we even get into all this, how are you doing?
I'm doing great. I hope you're doing good as well. I'm very honored to be here today, to have this opportunity to talk to you. I really appreciate it having me on here. I'm excited to talk about the Switch too. 1 year in. It
Mm-hmm.
doesn't even feel like a year, I'll be
It
honest with you right
doesn't.
now.
No,
It don't
it's
really feel like 365 days has
mm,
passed since the initial launch. But yeah, I'm excited to get into it though.
it's for sure crazy because honestly, like, this is really the first, like, not including a reaction as far as like this channel goes, the first time we've actually ever made a video together, probably. So,
That is crazy.
pretty interesting to think about, especially because we've known each other almost like 10 years. But with that, yeah, we're just gonna talk about the Switch 2. It's not gonna be like super like kind of crazy. I'm just kind of gonna go in order of like some subjects and gather our thoughts, anything like that. Obviously, anything you want to add in, feel free. But I do want to begin with what it was like before we even really knew the console, because if I don't know how much you remember this, but definitely like when I was doing a lot of like the news and leak videos back in the day, every fucking week it was like switch to this, switch to that. This is like 2019, 2020. And like it was pretty fucking annoying, I'm not gonna lie. Having like every week hearing about this, oh, it's coming, and then not, and then we of course had the pandemic, which you have to assume probably had some kind of factor into it. But then eventually we got the reveal. It was in January of 2025. We had they just like out of fucking nowhere just kind of dropped a little video
A
showing like the
shadow drop.
console. Yeah, it's a little shadow
Yeah.
drop of the console and a little bit of Mario Kart. So I guess my question more so is, do you remember where you were at when they dropped that? Because I think it had to have been like pretty early in the morning. I want to say, I think like I just woke up and it was there.
Yeah, I remember waking up to the reaction, not the reaction. I'm over here talking about reactions. The
We'll get there.
reveal
We'll get there.
itself. Um, and my reaction to that was just wow. Like I didn't even know, I didn't like anticipate a Switch 2. And before it was even called the Switch 2, it was called the Switch Pro. Remember that?
I do. Yeah,
That was
I
crazy.
remember that for
It was
sure.
they first started off calling it as a Switch Pro, and then those rumors were going around. And then obviously, the reveal happened. And yeah, I was very excited. And like the shadow drop thing, like I mean, I don't really mind it, but it still got me hyped either way.
Mm,
But yeah, I was really happy. I was excited. Then they announced the direct, in April, I think it was.
yep.
And yeah, that I mean, the Mario Kart reveal, just the subtle
Yeah, well, it
Mario
wasn't
Kart
even like a
reveal was
full
just
reveal. It
insane
just,
too.
yeah, they just kind of had the trailer in there a little bit, or like a couple like
Yeah, like a
seconds of
little bit of
gameplay.
gameplay.
Mm.
Yeah, I don't know. It just had me very hyped, to say the least.
Yeah, no, it was
Crazy
definitely.
reveal, and I'm like 8 in the morning.
It was, it was little early. I do wish that they announced it because I remember like all of a sudden just like every I don't know leaker news source like even like reputable like CNN types, New York Times, kind of places were all like, oh, like get ready, within the next week or two or whatever, it's fucking coming, whatever. But you
Yeah,
mentioned that direct though. It was April 1st, I think, or it was the first or
I
the
think it was
second.
second.
Yeah, it was
Yeah, I
like
think it was.
beginning of April. We of course had the Switch 2 direct. Me and you actually watched that together, along with some of our other friends. We obviously have the VOD on the channel for the reactions. So of course, like remembering all of like they had the Mario Kart world. They showed off some of like the console capabilities, things of that nature. What were you feeling like coming out of the direct? You said going in with the reveal of like just the initial regular console in that January video. We were pretty excited. Did anything like kind of waver going in like after the actual direct, or were we like more excited? How were we feeling looking at? Actually, speaking, sorry, kind of unrelated, but kind of related. No More Heroes is on fucking sale. I just got a notification. I won't buy that. But
Okay.
what are we feeling about Switch 2?
Oh, dude. Like I was already excited by the initial reveal, and then like the reveal of the games itself, like the games, I was already like that hype just amplified like by like 10 times because getting out of that direct like after the fact processing it. Like I had to go to class that day, and all I was thinking about was literally the Switch 2. Like during the lecture, I was listening to the lecture, but in reality, I was just thinking about that Switch 2. How it was only like 2 months away from launch, and just thinking about how much fun I was gonna have with this console, and like going into it a year later, I'm still having that same fun with with this console, with the new games, the older games and even buying Switch One games
Mm.
on just to play on this
You
console,
you've been
on
buying
this
a lot
Switch
of a
too.
lot of fucking games. You've been
I
buying
have,
lots of
bro.
stuff.
Hey, not full price though. I'm getting them at some type of price cut.
Mm. That is, he's a. I will tell you guys, for sure. This fucking guy right here is a eBay scoundrel. Like I've seen him get games that I bought full fucking price day of, regretted it, and he's getting them for like $15. It's kind of crazy. But buying is obviously part of the Switch too. And me and you had kind of an interesting day for pre-orders, if you remember. My experience. Well, okay, actually, so we were all calling together. It was me, you, Kevin. I think Casper was there. Like everybody, we got a majority of like our then friend group together to do these pre-orders, and it dropped for Mountain Time. It was 10 p.m. We were all just calling, hanging out. I think we like maybe played some games. I had I think platinum back in like Donut County or something.
We were playing Mario Kart 8
Yeah,
Deluxe, I
Mario
think,
Kart 8
before
Deluxe.
that.
That was like one of our final times doing it. And then so 10 p.m. hit. We had like fucking Best Buy, Walmart, Target, like every possible site to pre-order. And at first we all struck out, other than fucking Kevin with his Target thing. I remember that. We were
That was
calling him a
crazy.
bot. Yeah, that was some bullshit. But we ended up eventually getting it. Casper had saved the day. He let us know there like we were about to give up too. I think like it was like midnight. I think we were getting close to getting
It was like almost
giving
1
up.
p.m.
Yeah,
for me. I mean 1 a.m., 1
it
a.m.,
was it
not
was
1 p.m.
hella it was hella late for us. And then he was just like, oh, it's back up at Walmart, and me and you both got it at Walmart.com. And then the aftermath are kind of our struggles. For me, it was they would start to like cancel orders. Like everybody was getting emails. I was checking every fucking day. I'm sure you were too. like every
I
multiple
was I
times a
was
day.
checking.
Well, not even just like once or twice. Like it was like almost an hourly thing check in. But I never got because it was like the Walmart like the delivery, not the actual. The way it's described to me, because I had asked somebody who I knew like worked at
I
Walmart.
Yeah, I
It
remember.
was like
I before you hold on, hold on. Hold on.
I
No, go
figured
ahead, go
you.
ahead,
No,
go
you're
ahead, go
good.
ahead,
You're
go
good.
ahead, go
No,
ahead.
what's up? What's up?
It was like that icon they were talking
Mm-hmm.
about. Like if you had the deliver, like the little baggy icon,
Yeah,
they said you were good. If you had like the warehouse,
it
like
was
delivery, I
delayed
guess
or something
it
like
was
that.
like something like that.
Yeah,
Yeah, I remember it
yeah.
was that weird
Yeah,
thing.
it was. I do
Yeah.
recall that. Mine eventually did come, but like I didn't get a single update on any notification until that morning of like it was I think like 5 a.m. When it came out on launch day. Your experience, on the other hand, though, yours was kind of traumatic from the get go because if I remember correctly, your bank like didn't chart. What ended up happening? You might have to remind.
Okay, so when I like had first bought it, right? Like I had pre-ordered it. It just my card was like declining all the time, and it just kept declining and declining, and then eventually, like, cause I kept trying, cause dude. In the moment, you're like thinking that like the Switch 2 that you're trying to buy is already gone, bro.
Mm,
So like I kept trying, and then eventually I think my bank locked my card, so I had to like call them in the morning. I thought I had to call them in the morning, but then like somehow the issue got resolved. Like it was really weird because I kept trying and trying, and it just they kept declining me. But then it eventually went through. Like after a while, I don't know, dude. I kept trying. I remember I was like already like complaining like
mm,
in the VC in the voice call, and I don't know. I think it just went through like eventually. Because you know you get a notification from the bank and you're like, oh, was this you? And I just said, oh yeah, this was
yeah.
me. And then I think it went through after that. So I was like, all right, I guess I got to switch too. I don't know, dude. It was really confusing and weird. But
It was.
I mean, mine also ended up coming in June 5th. So
Yeah, it was definitely a time. I remember. I don't know. In retrospect, like obviously, I'm glad I did this. But I also have no fucking clue why I did. I only the initial orders, like, cause everybody just wanted the console itself naturally. I got the Kimberly amiibo and the fucking Pro controller for some reason. I don't even have a console, but I got the Pro controller. And then
because
eventually I
the
got
pre-orders
everything
did go
else.
live also,
Mm,
right?
yeah,
Those
it was for
amiibos,
yeah, it was literally like everything: accessories, controllers, console cases, whatever. Yeah,
games,
that
yeah.
was the like pre-order process. And then actual launch day. So some of us did like the midnight launch like at stores like a Best Buy or a GameStop or whatever. Matt fucking stood for like how like 4 or 5 hours and he was like dying. I think
Salty Matt, shout
Cody,
out Salty Matt right there.
Salty Matt, yep, yep. Cody had like just camped out at a store, or whatever. My experience, because I was still going through like that actual my withdrawals, my worry of like, oh fuck, I'm gonna get canceled on like any minute. Because honestly, people were getting like I would see online canceled like up until like right the last minute. So I was definitely very worried. So I had just checked GameStop, like in store just before. And I was honestly like I had went to like their sort of like pre midnight launch thing. It started at like 6 8 p.m. something like that. Me and my sister had went, and I was planning on just buying my Switch 2 there and then like maybe canceling the other order, or like I was gonna give it to my dad or something like that. And they told me that I was short of like getting a Switch by like 3 people. Like I was like right at the end of it, so I barely missed out on that. So I had to like bank on like
The
fuck this.
Walmart.
Yeah, the Walmart has to come through. And thankfully it did. And like I was super worried too because of like I never got charged until that morning of.
Oh, that too.
So yeah, yeah,
They
it
held
was yeah, it
that
was literally
500 or
like
whatever.
that morning of they didn't charge me. So I was so paranoid of buying anything. Like I got skipped out on like buying fucking lotion and like toothpaste. I had to like really, when you have to fucking wrangle the bottle, together. Right at the very end of it, yeah, I was using like every last
Yeah.
bit until I got it. But thankfully, that morning of which I guess is our next thing, the day zero of getting it, we were both up pretty early. I know mine. Like I was honestly waking up every hour. I already did that anyways, but I specifically like for this was like hell bent on it. And then at like 5:30 ish a.m., I got a notification that it was on its way. It had like three houses to stop at too, so I was like really fucking close. And I remember I had the fucking screen door open, like I was like watching Neighborhood Watch, just waiting. And like I felt kind of bad because I it had showed up at my house. It was two different delivery drivers. I don't know why it wasn't like all bundled in together. It was two different drivers. One of them gave me the controller, I think, and then the other one gave me the console. And like I obviously didn't want nobody to steal it. Not that like my neighborhood was sketch, but I like just grabbed the fucking bag from them. They were like, "Oh, we gotta like take the picture for it for like the delivery thing." And I was like, "Oh, okay, yeah, if I could hurry up, take the picture, and then close the door on him." And then that was like actually getting it. Obviously, I made like that opening video. That wasn't everything that I had got launch day though, because my Mario Kart World ended up coming. That was the one that came in the mail. The controller and the console were straight from like the Walmart store, like their delivery, and then the Mario Kart came later that day. It was in the mail. The Kimberly amiibo I think came like a few days after, and then I had just happened to go. I went to the gym that morning. Obviously, right? Look, flex, right, flex for the camera. But I
You got
did.
face cam
I
on?
do. I do got face cam on. Hopefully that didn't look like shit. But I had went to the gym, and my gym's right by a Target. So I had just went in just because I wanted to see if they had like any, I don't know, promotional art or whatever. And they had like a lot of the stuff was sold out. Like I think they had like one Piranha Plant camera, and thankfully they had a carrying case, and I bought that because I didn't even like think to have one initially, but I got a case, and then I also happened to get Pokemon cards that luckily enough were there. But that was kind of like my, I guess, getting into the launch. We obviously, me and you, we played GameCube a little bit. I remember until I got Mario Kart World, and then we got Mario Kart World, and we'll talk about the games next. But I of course want to ask you, what was your day of experience like, getting your Switch on the release day, things like that.
So kind of like I was just looking at my emails and stuff, looking for that email that, maybe they canceled my order, maybe it's on its way, and luckily it was on its way. So it was like 5 a.m. or 6 a.m. around when I woke up, but I was relatively up like very early in the day, and then I got the notification that it was on its way at like 6:30ish a.m. And I remember Walmart was like posting on social media. They're like, "Oh yeah, all the orders will be at your house by like 7 a.m. Pacific time." And I'm like, "Oh really? Well, let's
Hmm.
see if it comes at 7 a.m." So that's why I woke up early. And I saw the little delivery driver guy. He was like six houses away from me, and I live in like in a really like, I'm not gonna lie, it's low key deserted area. So, like, the next part of like town was like 30 minutes away.
Oh yeah.
So, um, it took him like forever to come to my house. Not that I'm complaining, but it just, like distance wise,
Yeah.
it took a really long time. But it did actually come at 7 a.m. And I was like, okay, they got to my house at 7 a.m. And I don't know if you remember this, but like most of the orders, like the Switch 2 orders from Walmart, had like Pringles and the
Yeah.
Coke, like the Coca-Cola.
Yeah.
And I was so confused when I saw that. I was like, why did they give me a Coke and Pringles, man? And uh like I saw inside the bag was, the Switch 2. I was excited. But I was also really nervous too that my order was gonna be canceled as well. but luckily it didn't turn out to be that way. Um, 7 a.m. I was tired, man. I think, no, I think I was already done with school by then. It was like summer already. But it was really like it was kind of like anxiety inducing, low
Mm,
key. Just because everybody else's orders was getting canceled, but we got lucky, I
we
guess.
did, we did.
We
Hey,
got
that
lucky, and
those
ours were not canceled at all.
those
But
fucking Pringles,
I
dude.
didn't end up eating those the snacks though. I'm not gonna lie.
Man, they gave me some gross shit. They gave me like pizza. I think you got like an actual like good
Sour
flavor. Yeah,
cream and onion, I
that's
think I
that
got.
is definitively like if we're making like fucking chip Pringle whatever tier list, those might honestly be the only good Pringles. I actually have some right there.
They're
But
pretty good. I ate those, but not the Coca-Cola.
yeah, no, I didn't do the Coke either. But it was still really cool. Like I definitely remember like waking up, reading tweets, and everyone was like, "What the fuck is this?" And then they made that tweet, and they were like, "Yeah, we wanted to do something cool," which I thought that was super cool of them to do. For sure. I don't know where that tote bag is though, because I have the Nintendo New York one. That's what I use like for my gym bag and whatnot. But yeah, we did get our switches. We pulled through. It was magical. This was I obviously like if it wasn't for you, let me know. But this was my first console that like I bought at launch. Technically not 100% because I bought the PS5 Slim when that came out, but the PS5 was already out. So I'm not gonna count it. The Switch 2 was like my first one, and that I actually bought myself as well. I could imagine that's probably the same for you because when did you get your Switch? Your the original Switch. You were a little later, yeah.
Yeah, I got my Switch One. I got it as like a birthday gift.
Mm.
It was like
That
near the
May
end of
ninth, May
April, so
9th.
like near Mario Kart 8's launch, I think
Mm.
it was. But yeah, same here. I'm not gonna lie. I mean, I I made some money
Mm-hmm.
to get the Switch 2.
Mm-hmm.
Ended up
That we
buying it.
did. That we did, son. Um,
Ended up buying it, and then, there you go. That's my first console that I ever bought myself, and the first console that I ever purchased myself at
mm-hmm.
launch,
Yep.
which is also like this. That dang, I felt pretty proud of myself. I was like,
Yeah.
okay,
It
first
was
console.
proud.
This is real. This for real. This is really mine. Like I can
Mm-hmm.
say that this is mine.
Yeah, for sure. I had the closest I had gotten prior, other than the PS5, was my original Switch. I got that I think like three. I think I always tell the story. I think I told it in like the Switch retrospective. I got it like 3 days after it came out, so I like just missed it. But yeah, no. Now though, of course, what's a console without its games? And I guess we can kind of just bundle in. Well, I'll bundle in like I don't know. We'll just go kind of down the order. So obviously we both had original Switches. I had the one I played on was like the original like my launch Switch. But I also owned an OLED and a Switch Lite that I've used here and there. You had your launch Switch as well. Recently, like this is a year after the Switch 2, but you also bought you an OLED Switch, which is pretty
I
awesome.
did. I
You do got
did.
that
Yeah.
video on there. Go watch that. But going from like the Switch 1 to the Switch 2, how are you feeling about like the console itself? We'll touch on the games next, but like just the user experience, the performance, any kind of thing of note. How are you feeling compared to the Switch 1?
So immediately when I opened the box and everything and started unboxing it, um, like the first thing I noticed was how like relatively heavy it was a little
Mm,
bit. Like if you have ever taken it out of the dock, you can feel that there's some weight to this console. Meanwhile, I touched my Switch One and it feels like a toy, man. It like I know that saying has been like ripped to shreds, but like it really does feel so small and really light in weight. Meanwhile, the Switch 2 feels like really it feels more how like what is that word I'm looking for right now? More like premium
mm,
in quality, I feel. Not only is the screen bigger as well, but the Joy-Cons feel a little bit more slicker. I'm a
okay.
big like Joy-Con dude, so
Mm,
like Joy-Con boys, you already know.
yes, sir. Yes, sir.
But like the joy. I guess they're called the Joy-Con too. Um, they feel really nice. I really like playing handheld mode. I still go back to my Joy-Con, like the first Joy-Cons, but sometimes
Mm.
for other games like Smash. But but yeah, I like the it feels nice. The bigger screen, 1080p screen finally, not 720 like the first one.
That's
And
true.
there's definitely like a big change compared to the first Switch.
Oh yeah.
So that's the immediate like impression that I got when I first started like unboxing it, and then the magnetic Joy-Cons as well. Like
Mm.
everything just felt more premium to me.
Yeah, that's definitely something I totally forgot to write down, but I'm really glad you brought up because as long as I've known you, I highly doubt I'm wrong on this. If I am, I'm just a fucking terrible friend. But you are primarily like a handheld user. I'm mainly in the dock. Like I've taken my Switch with me like outside of the dock a handful of times, like both one and two combined. You are practically almost like a daily handheld user. So for me, like I noticed the certain like performances, enhancements, like just like the visuals or something that was really big for me was the fan is like non-existent. Because me
Yeah,
playing
that
like
too.
fucking Splatoon,
Yeah.
every time we did them Splatfest, that shit was like full
It would
volume.
heat.
It
It would
was,
heat
yeah,
up.
it was so loud, and then like going, playing it on Switch 2, it's like a mouse. But no, the handheld thing, like it definitely has to be more noticeable there. Which I think is awesome that like you did notice that. And everything. I don't even know what the fuck I'm saying. Sorry, cut
No,
it
no, no. I
out.
no, I
Nah.
agree with you. I agree
But
with
yeah,
you.
no.
No, because
My
like
point is,
when
it's
I
more
play
noticeable.
handheld, we're gonna get into this later what games we're playing, but I've been playing Final Fantasy VII,
Mm-hmm.
and even those fans, it doesn't go crazy, and it's a pretty like graphically demanding game.
Yeah.
Pretty well optimized too. Shout outs to fucking Square Enix for
Yeah.
that.
They
That was a
they did
pretty
their
good.
they
This is a
did their
pretty good
thing.
port. But the fans are straight silent. Like I don't hear anything like compared to my first Switch. I could be playing SMT3 and then the fans would be going crazy. Like what are we doing, bro? Like I think it's probably because my is like this it's the launch Switch.
Hmm.
So with age it's gonna get, worse.
Yeah.
But either way, if we're comparing the two, the Switch 2 fans are like not, like I don't even hear them half the time.
Hmm.
It's crazy.
Yeah. No. It's definitely better because I do remember a lot of like conversation online, especially like more so like its first like month of launch was people like, oh, I don't know if I'm like wanting to buy it, like is it like a suitable upgrade, things of that nature. And that's understandable. Everybody has their own like financial situations, and now especially like knowing that the price is going up eventually here in the next couple
Yeah.
months. Like for me and you, it was kind of like no brainer. We need to get it like ASAP, and we were fortunately able to. But like the definitely the upgrade, I guess, so to say, was definitely warranted. Like my biggest thing obviously was the fan, but even just like the how snappy everything was, like interface, even though we don't have any themes, unfortunately. But like even just
We
loading
need
into the
those.
eShop, we do. Even the eShop, like something like that, which they kind of had revamped a little for the Switch 2, so much better. And I hardly ever use the eShop, but even the Nintendo Switch, like I don't know what it's called, like the Switch Online app on the console. Yeah,
Interface
yeah,
app.
the little
Yeah.
red thing, the red Switch icon. That's even like a lot nicer too, to navigate. But finally now, of course, we got to talk about our games here. So I think the best way to do it is kind of just to go, maybe in launch order, sorta. We'll kind of like space it out here and there of like a couple oddball ones, but the one that me and you, as well as everybody majority had launch day, was Mario Kart World and the GameCube NSO. Let's do the GameCube first, just because that's not as exciting as like a new game.
Hmm.
GameCube for me has been great. I know that the launching of like the titles has been kind of like we want more to play
Like it's
more
been two
often.
months
Yeah,
since the last
yeah,
game.
it's definitely been a little bit, but I think what we have so far is really great. Because my biggest one, the one that I honestly wanted, maybe the most of any GameCube game, just because I hadn't played it, was F Zero GX, and that was at launch. So that was kind of my holdover until my Mario Kart World copy came in, and like I love that game. I still to this day, when I'm bored, sometimes I'll load up a couple rounds, and like I just love the speed of that game, the thrill of that game. I mean, we can obviously get into like a GameCube retrospective a whole other time. It also came with Wind Waker and Soul Calibur, and then like over the couple of months, the next year we've gotten. I'm trying to. I wonder if I can remember this all off the dome. It was Strikers, which me and you played a decent amount. We
Hmm.
had Wario World, right?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
XD Gale Darkness,
Hmm.
Chibi Robo, which I didn't end up fucking liking. But yeah, so it's been like a decent string of games. We're definitely missing like some heavy hitters. I think the biggest one for
I think
me.
Luigi's Mansion was
Yeah.
also
Oh
on
yes,
there.
yes. Luigi's Mansion. That was I think around like October-ish. The biggest one that I were missing that like the only real one that I'm like chomping at the bit for is Double Dash because I just think that online is gonna be so much fun.
Oh yeah,
Of course
dude.
we
They
have
have to. They
Melee.
have to do that.
Yeah, yeah. What else? Melee. We could do Sunshine and Pikmin, even though like we kind of already have them.
Sunshine is confirmed.
Yeah,
I
that is
believe
true. That is true.
it just
Um,
hasn't came yet.
yeah. Oh, Path of Radiance came out on Switch. The NSO too. I forgot about that. But
They ain't forgot about Path of Radiance.
yeah. No, I'm a fraud. What are you feeling about GameCube though? I guess more so like how it's been playing it, and also like if there's anything that you're looking forward to in the next year or so.
Okay. So the game I've most played on NSO is Mario Strikers. Um, it's a really fun game. I really love it, especially multiplayer. It's so fun. How would I like try to explain this? So they launched a update for this for the NSO thing, the GameCube thing,
Hmm.
because apparently there are some emulation issues, and I've played both. Like I've played a relatively like good amount of before the update and after the update,
Hmm.
and I can say right now it actually runs pretty well now, like on Strikers especially because
Yeah.
on Strikers when Bowser would come out, the whole emulator would like die, like
Hmm.
it would just start melting. But they released an update a couple weeks ago. I think it was like 2 weeks ago or something, and the emulation has definitely gotten better for sure, especially on that game. I don't know about the other games, but pretty good emulation there. They definitely fixed some of the issues on that. But at launch, it was uh it was okay. Not too much single player games because I'm a more like single player guy.
Hmm.
I've played F-Zero GX. I've played I've actually I'm lying. I've never played Soul Calibur, but
we played
we
it
both
the
tried
first day.
that.
Yeah, we played it the day
We
of.
both tried it, and it was super fun. So I mean, it was really good online, good. It was pretty fun. I like whooping your ass in that game. That was we got to go back to it, low
It
key.
was dude. Those fucking sessions were so fire. That and F Zero. Before we get to the next game, do you? This is just kind of like a quick one. Do you play it in that's native? What is it? Resolution, or do you do the widescreen? I personally am a big fan of the widescreen. Maybe it's not like the purest way to play it, but there's something so novel about seeing a GameCube game in widescreen, like putting on like a big TV or something, that I just think is really cool.
Yeah, I play relatively widescreen as well too. I keep
Mm.
saying that word. That makes you sound so smart. But
We
I play
graduated. We graduated.
we graduated. We sound stupid. We still stupid, bro. All
24.
right. Anyway,
24.
um, yeah, widescreen. I usually play a lot of widescreen as well. And I don't know. I mean, I think it's just cool as long as it doesn't look ugly. I can play both. Like I've played on a CTR before. Um, I've seen both widescreen and native resolution, whatever, 4:3, 16:9.
Mm.
It doesn't matter to me. I have no preference, but I mean, whichever looks nicer. I mean, I might lean towards the widescreen more because it fits the whole picture of the TV. But Yeah. I think I'm more widescreen guy. I think. I mean, I lean more towards that. So I must just say I'm a widescreen guy.
Yeah, no, for
If you
sure.
hear the chickens in the background, hey, W
We're
chickens.
roosting. We're fucking roosting. But yeah, nah. So GameCube, obviously cool. We're hoping, for more like everyone else's. But obviously, we all know it. The biggest title that came out that day, arguably the year even, Mario Kart World. So Mario Kart World, I'm somebody, I'm a an 8 Deluxe purist. Like I think that is one of, if not the very best racing games ever. Um, Definitely my favorite Mario Kart for sure. Like it's just so smooth, connected. Everything just makes sense. So World taking a different approach. I wasn't as turned off as like other people were. Because the World definitely at launch was very much either you love it or you hate it. Fortunately, I was in the camp of I love it. I think that there is plenty to do when it comes to both single and multiplayer. Single player, you have the entire free roam mode, which maybe isn't your cup of tea. It's something that I definitely want to go back and do because I didn't like fully do it the first time around. I got like the minimum requirements to get like the unlocks that you need. I think it's like what is it, 10 medallions, 10
For the
whatever the
mirror
fuck, yeah,
mode.
for the mirror mode.
Yeah.
So I kind of just like did that and stopped, but I think it's really awesome, especially if you kind of just want to like take a breather. You had a long day and just want to like sit and drive. I haven't like quite gotten there yet. Especially now though that they added that update where like it tracks your collectibles. I think that's definitely what will bring me back in whenever I feel like the time's right. But you obviously still have your Grand Prix and battle mode's a little kind of iffy at times. It's getting better because they just added Babon Blast and that was a ton of fun. I played that a couple days ago.
Before that though.
Yeah, but
Before
before
that
that
update.
though,
Mm-mm.
it was kind of grim. That's definitely something like 8 Deluxe. Even if I wasn't like a cock rider, it definitely has on it. But I think the big thing, definitely for me, I can imagine you too, and a lot of other people, is that knockout tour. That is like fucking might be one of the greatest things they've ever done. Honestly, knockout tour is so much fun. Even if you're kind of playing the same rotation of like the 6 routes or however many cups it doesn't matter. Like knockout, the concept of just like I'll call it like a battle royale Mario Kart. That is so fucking genius. And it's always just so intense. Like even no matter how good you are at that game, you can still get out in the very first round. Like when it's up to 20 people, you can still get out just as quick. So yeah, World is something that I love. It's not perfect. There's definitely a lot of issues that we have with it. Content, being probably a big one. Like we want some DLC that will hopefully come in year two of the console. Of course, there was everything with like the other racing games that came out that year, like Cross Worlds and Air Riders, which we'll get into later. But what did you feel about Mario Kart World at launch? Were you because me and you played a shit ton of 8 Deluxe together. Were you I don't know. I guess on the camp of like this sucks or whatever. Like were you just super overjoyed, happy for a new Mario Kart? What were you feeling about World?
So I mean, at first, I was excited. New Mario Kart. I love Mario Kart. I spent like at least 25% of my life playing Mario Kart.
Mm-hmm.
I'm pretty sure that's actually true because 8 Deluxe and then 8 on the Wii
Yeah,
U is just,
yeah,
dude,
that's like fucking damn near half our life.
that's like generational game right
Mm-hmm.
there. But Mario Kart 8, Mario Kart World. I'm about to say Mario Kart 8. Um, when I first played it, I mean, it's definitely something different. It was something different which I liked because the Mario Kart formula gets, it gets to a point where it gets boring, and like this was definitely a time where they needed to shift what they could do with this genre.
Mm-hmm.
And I think the free roam and all that was pretty good conceptually, like speaking. It was a pretty good idea. Execution wise, there's not really that much motivation for me to play it. Like how you said, I only did like the 10 medallions, whatever the hell, to unlock the mirror mode, and then I haven't touched it since. And definitely, there's definitely some issues with the game itself before the updates, like at launch, especially with like the knockout tour routes and all that. Like it got really repetitive at some points, but with updates they did make it more. They made it better. I'll say they made it better
Yeah.
because I've been playing it recently, and it's so far I haven't had that same feeling of like fatigue with the game. So I just booted up and I played like 4 or 5 races, and then I have fun. Like but I play mostly like versus races though. Knockout tour, I haven't play. I only play with like mostly friends because by yourself is kind of,
Yeah.
like online is like eh. If you're like a Mario Kart like competitor or like you're really competitive about the game, then knockout tour is definitely for you. I used to be that way too, but and the 3 laps are just kind of my way, I guess.
Mm.
Mario Kart World though, the new features, the new like charge hopping or whatever, like I'm seeing so much like shortcuts about like
Yeah.
this game that I'm never gonna learn, bro, because they're just they look so hard to execute. And yeah, like I think this game is good though. I think the game is good. At launch, it was pretty good too. We spent a couple, hours playing this game
Mm.
on launch. We got all 5 of our friends. We were all playing the game, or 6 of us. It was actually 6 of us, not 5. I didn't
Ooh.
count myself. That's why I didn't count myself. Um, but yeah, at launch it was pretty fun. I mean, I had my my time with it. And I still play it now. So I'm gonna consider it a good game, especially with updates. They did address a lot of the issues that people were having. And yeah, I mean, I think it was pretty good at launch. I had some fun. We had fun. We
Yeah,
played a
we
couple
did.
knockout
We
tours.
did.
We need 200 cc though.
I agree,
200
100%.
cc. I'm about to say 200 DLC. Like, what do you mean 200
Hell
DLC,
no,
bro?
that'd be too much. Yeah, no, dude,
That'd be too much
200cc.
characters, bro.
That's I definitely would like that. And yeah, World's definitely like, I mean, kind of a proven concept at this point. But Mario Kart really is like a generational reach because not like I didn't make it really a point, but I have two Switch 2s. I have my own that I bought launch day, and then my dad got one I think a couple months later. And my mom and my sister love Mario Kart World, especially the Knockout Tour. Like when I first tried out the game with them, I was like, guys, like I'm telling you, put on Knockout Tour, and they were kind of like, hesitant. It was just the standard Grand Prix, have fun. But I was like, let's just try it once. As soon as they tried it, that they never went back. Like that is the only mode. Anytime they ever play, that's the only thing that they want to do is just Knockout Tour, Knockout Tour. So winning concept there. But you did mention single player games because obviously World I honestly the only person I ever remember like complaining in quotation marks about it was fucking Matt about World being like the launch title, single player um
Yeah.
launch title. It wasn't very long until we got our next one because DK Bonanza was up next. For this one though, I actually think I'll let you go first on this one because you were I don't want to say like if I say bigger fan than me that makes it sound like I don't like the game and that's not true at all. But
Mm-hmm.
I think you definitely got more out of Bonanza than I did. So tell me about your Bonanza experience.
Bonanza, man, I want to replay this game so bad. Like, I wish I can just stop all the backlog that I have to complete and just complete this game again because it
Mm-hmm.
was honestly an amazing experience. Like, just from the get-go, the game just allows you to just do whatever the hell you want. You can break anything. Like, you can really break any surface, any area. I mean, except when you can't, but there's a long limit, and then it just doesn't allow you to break anything.
Yeah.
But a lot of freedom, a lot of, crazy, um, crazy, like, just, I don't know, like, how do they get this game running on the Switch One? Because
Mm-hmm.
I'm still stuck on that. This was a Switch One game, and then it's turned into a Switch Two game. And like the whole time I was just thinking to myself, like, how did they get this game to run on a Switch 1 before they converting it into a Switch 2? But my experience though, amazing. I love the freedom of this game, man. I love being able to just freely move Donkey Kong. Like you could do rolls, you can like get a little like you get like a pile of dirt and then start like sliding on the like sliding it. I don't know, using it as a freaking
Yeah,
like I don't know how to explain it. What is that object called? But you can just do anything in this game. You can break anything, you can grab anything, and most of all, Donkey Kong and Pauline.
that is true.
That duo, man, that duo is just fucking crazy, man.
Yeah.
Like, especially, dude, especially with like the Bonanza like transformations. What are they called again? Are they called the Bonanza transformations?
The
What are they called, bro?
I don't fucking
I
remember.
don't even know. I see this. It's been a while.
Oh,
I
I got
haven't
the
played it
box art
since
right
like
here. Hold on.
August.
Let's maybe it's on the box. They are fucking oh, Donkey Kong transforms. So, but I think you're right. I think you got it. You're on the money.
I think it's called damn, I don't know, but just Pauline be like learn like we're learning like a little bit of origins of Pauline in there too. A little bit of Pauline origins. How she's like very self-conscious about her singing, and then at the end of the game, she's like super confident and man, oh, I want to talk about the ending. Can we like but I don't know.
I
But I
go
want
for
to
it. Go
talk
for it. Yeah, let's do it. It's been a year. If you haven't played the game, what the fuck? let's do it.
then at the end of the game, like towards the end, you get that reveal. King K. Rule comes back.
Mm-hmm.
That's also like nod to like the Donkey Kong Country games where like they would fake you out and then King K. Rool would come back. Like he would come back to life or something like that. I don't know. Cause I don't know, I haven't played the Donkey Kong Country games. Call me uncultured right now, but I have not finished those games. But just that surprise element of surprise. Cause I didn't know about that. I didn't know about King K. Rool and all that. Funny enough, and man, oh my, like the ending sequence was really amazing. Like the gameplay is really amazing. The story's pretty good. It's not amazing. It's a Mario game. I don't
Yeah.
know what people would expect. Like, but it was pretty good for a Mario game for sure. Pauline was an amazing addition. Um, dude, it was just insane. I love this game. I love this game for its gameplay. I love the game for the transformations, how it's like Odyssey, dude. It's like this was made by the Odyssey team, so
Mm-hmm.
this was just like Odyssey. How I felt with Odyssey back in 2017, I felt so like I feel like this game is more free than Odyssey for
Oh
sure.
yeah.
Like in
No doubt about
movement wise, for sure, good. Love this game, amazing. This has to be one of the first games you play on Switch too, in my opinion.
I for sure agree. Yeah, I definitely like. I love Bonanza. I kind of like similar points. I think that probably the best thing of the game is that Donkey Kong and Pauline dynamic, that big man little girl dynamic. Like we even see it more recently in Pragmata. Like it's a very easy but a very good duo to have there. And like the movement's great. Just exploring all the worlds and whatnot. I wasn't like I wasn't totally in love with it like a lot of other people, like yourself. It was still very good. But like I was seeing some crazy shit. Like when that game came out, they were like, "Oh, it's better than Odyssey," and I was like, "Guys, let's pump the brakes." I don't know about that. I adore Odyssey. But I love this game too. As you mentioned again, we'll talk about that ending, like that final hour of Bonanza is probably, I would say, like at the very top. If like you're going like peak Nintendo, hierarchies, fucking like best climaxes, moments, whatever, that is easily up there. That K. Rool reveal, that fight was like fucking intense too, because it was actually kind of hard. Like it definitely was not a easy fight in my opinion. Maybe I'm just ass at the game. I don't know. But yeah, no, it is something that I did purposely leave to not 100%, because I knew one of these days soon I would get some like withdrawal of like, oh, I gotta go back and play the game. again. And then obviously when I do, I'll do that, and then I have the whole DLC that I haven't even bought. So I adore Bonanza though, for sure. Just yeah, not. I don't think as much as you. However, I did want to kind of talk a little bit about kind of like Switch 1 games on Switch 2. More specifically Scarlet and Violet. But like we'll just kind of general, little updates. So sorry, I'm pulling up my list here. So yeah, we had two I guess things with the Switch 2 were free updates and then Switch 2 editions. At launch we had like a whole slew of games that just got free updates, Odyssey being one of them. I think ARMS, Captain Toad, like a whole bunch of them got like free updates that just improved like resolution or frames or like just like the more technical aspects of it, which is great. Like I don't think literally anybody has a problem with that. Specifically, the biggest of all for me was Scarlet and Violet. I love my Pokemon, of course. That was the only game I did not play because when it came out at launch, and I bought it at launch, I bought both Scarlet and Violet. It was not good. It was like on Switch 1, that game is very, it has a lot of issues technically, even though the game itself is like incredible in my opinion. So getting to play that on like a decent resolution, good
Better
frames,
hardware for
everything, yeah,
sure.
better hardware. It was amazing, and it made me totally fall in love with it. Like I was kind of going through some Pokemon hardships, if you will, with like all the scalpers and whatnot. But that like absolutely brought back my love for it. I have a whole video on that. That was great. I played that with you actually. It was me, you, and a couple of our friends. We all played it together. I personally had an amazing time with it. And then of course Switch 2 editions as well, because like honestly I think a lot of people thought that would have for sure gotten a Switch 2 edition. We've had, I believe, I like literally just watched a video on it, so this is fairly fresh in my mind. We've had 9 Switch 2 editions. It was both Zeldas. I'm gonna see if I can remember this. Both Zeldas, Animal Crossing, Xenoblade, Jamboree, ZA, Metroid Prime. I'm only going like first parties. Kirby
Hmm.
and fucking.
I honestly don't remember neither, so I can't even help
There's
you.
one other. And Bella Bell Park.
3D World?
No. That
Oh,
was the
Switch
free
2
update.
edition. Switch 2 edition.
Yeah.
I'm
Just
over here
Switch 2
being dumb.
editions. So yeah, Bella Bell Park. So that was all 9. Right there. That was pretty solid memory. But do you have any experience with like Switch 2 editions or any feelings on them? Because honestly, I don't as much as I feel like I should. I had, so obviously if you have a Switch Online membership, the expansion pass, you got the Breath of the Wild and the Tears of the Kingdom one for free, which is awesome. Like I think that's great. I had on my trip back from San Francisco when I'd went for a weekend, I saw the Nintendo store, which was great. I wanted to play, like I brought a single player game like for the plane ride, and I was like, oh, I haven't tried out the Switch 2 edition of I think I grabbed, I want to say I grabbed Tears of the Kingdom. You need a fucking internet connection to use those if you have it through the expansion, so I ended up just playing the regular ass version. But like no, those are like phenomenal. Like those are 2 games that really needed it. Like when I got back home, I ended up just propping it in just to kind of see what it looked like, and it's beautiful. Like 4K, full on frames. Like everything is great. And then some of the editions, they've been hit or miss. Like I think the big one that a lot of people don't like, which for some reason I have a physical copy of, is Jamboree TV. It's very, like, I love Mario Party Jamboree. Me and you gotta play that more because I kind of made you waste money buying that shit. But it's great game. The Jamboree TV I haven't even touched. Granted this copy wasn't for me. It's kind of confusing story. But yeah, it's very like people are like, oh, it's not worth like the 20, or if you're buying it, again for the first time. But then there are other ones that like they don't add really anything like content wise. But in the case of like ZA and Metroid Prime 4, like I think those are amazing because of like the performance that you get playing Metroid, which I'll touch on that later, and ZA in good resolution, good frames, all that. It enhanced the experience. And then you have like amazing ones like the Mina
Kirby
Padova
one.
Park,
I think
yeah,
the
and
Kirby one was
Kirby,
pretty
yep,
good.
Kirby, and the Mario Wonder one, which add like a really good amount of content, like something that's worth paying 20 for. So it's been kind of rocky, but and a little confusing, but has there been? I guess my question is, has there been any games other than like I mentioned Pokemon that you have played on Switch 2 that were available on Switch 1 and like kind of what the difference was with it?
I want to mention two games here that I've played. These are like the two Switch 2 editions that I've played the most. I have played Sonic Racing Cross Worlds on Switch
Mm-hmm.
2. And I've also played Xenoblade X Definitive Edition on Switch 2. Both of these games on Switch 1 were, well, Sonic Racing was it wasn't super bad. Like it was
Yeah,
consistent
it was
30
pretty ass.
frames, but the graphics were trash. Like they were actually like showing the Switch One's age. I'm honestly surprised they even brought this game to Switch One.
Mm.
But when the Switch 2 version, the Switch 2 edition, excuse me, came out, I bought it, and those problems were all gone. 60 FPS. I think it's 140 100 1044 or so. I don't know what the hell I don't know what the hell. I think it's 4K. I don't give a fuck.
Yeah.
It's not 4K, but like it looks good. It looks good. So 1080p handheld mode, so that's that's a given. Um it looked really good on Switch 2. Ran really well. I've been playing. I got my money's worth out of that, so I'm very happy with the Switch 2 edition of Sonic Racing Cross Worlds. However though, I can't say the same for Xenoblade X. There are some problems on this Switch 2 edition. Now this one was priced at $5 for some reason. Like ZA was priced at $10 for the upgrade,
Mm-hmm.
and Metroid Prime 4 as well. But with Xenoblade X, they decided to just charge it for $5. I was like, all right, well, it's $5, right? That's kind of nothing. So I just bought it. Plus, I always wanted to play this game. I had played it for a bit on Switch One. It was okay, but I wanted to wait for a Switch 2 edition. And I'm very glad that I waited for that because 60 FPS, pretty good. It runs good, keeps consistently. But the graphics were a different story. I don't know why Monolith Soft decided to use this really bad AI enhancer. It's terrible. It's like really noticeable on handheld mode. It's really weird to describe this, especially on like a character model's face. You can notice even on the title screen, you can see their face like turning into like something else. Like I might have to provide you a image of this
Mm. Oh
and
yeah,
then show it in the video or
please do.
something because it's kind of bad. I won't lie, and especially in handheld mode, it's really bad. And it's super noticeable on handheld mode. But in docked mode, I've played a little bit on docked mode. It's way better, 4K. Since this was a Wii U game, it's got to be 4K.
Mm.
Um, it looks super pretty in docked. Handheld, it looks pretty good, but the AI enhancer thing was just not it. It was just not. It was not good. I don't know why or what enhancer they used, but it looks really weird. Everything looks a little bit like smudgy and some edges. But I mean, I had a good experience though. Game is good.
Yeah.
Just the Switch 2 edition was a little lacking in my
Mm.
opinion, graphically, because I know they could have done so much better with this. But I mean,
Xenoblade
people,
2?
especially on
Were you?
social media, they were saying a lot of bad things about it, and then
Mm.
people were not trying to, buy it. But Sonic Racing, good port.
Oh yeah.
Xenoblade X, it's okay, but I still recommend it.
Yeah.
I love this game, but just know that there's some problems that need to be addressed, for
Yeah,
sure.
I definitely expect them to in the future. But you did mention This one might be kind of like a quick one for me. I'll explain why, but Sonic Racing is a third party.
Mm-hmm.
I've had fortunately the luxury of owning a PS5. So any third party game that uh, I would want to play, I have the PS5 for, or even a PC. And this goes honestly well beyond Switch 2. Like if you go back to the Switch generation with like games like Doom or um, Elder Scrolls was on there. Yeah, I've had a PS4 or like a Wii, et cetera, et cetera. But the third party output on Switch 2 has been nothing short of amazing. I personally have not really like delved into that side again, just because I do have a PS5. I do own four of them though, which I'll quickly show in the video. I have Octopath Traveler 0. I have Hades 2, Dragon Quest 1 and 2, the remake, and then of course my beloved Final Fantasy 7 remake. So in these cases, I think the first three were all games that my dad bought. And they're very like Nintendo fitting games. Like I have the first Hades on Switch. I have all the Octopaths on Switch. And then in the case of remake, just because like I adore this game so much, I really wanted just to have a physical. It's a game key card, but it's practically physical.
Yeah, I make a video on
But
that.
I do, I do. Yeah. So while I don't have that experience, like I can't deny, it's incredible that we have not only these games just period on the Switch, but that they're all competent. Obviously, like Cyberpunk was really good at launch. Resident Evil Requiem, I hear, is like incredible. It's like damn near identical. Personally, from my experience having played it on PS4, remake to seeing like all the footage and like hearing your experience on it on Switch 2, it's better than it was on PS4. So obviously you had played Sonic, and I kind of like gave it away a little bit that you've been playing Final Fantasy.
Hmm.
How have you been enjoying third-party content on Switch 2?
I mean, I've mostly only played Final Fantasy 7 so far, but
Mm-hmm.
uh pretty good. As I said earlier, it's really good. It looks really good graphically. 30 FPS, I don't mind. I don't really care about FPS, especially on a single player game. Um, but it runs really well. I'm honestly enjoying it a lot. I'm in like chapter 14, I believe now.
The good stuff, good,
Um,
real good stuff.
it's getting good. It's getting good. But I also bought Cyberpunk when they had that like price error thing.
Yeah.
I haven't gotten into it yet, but I've heard great things about it, and I'm excited to get into that as well. Those I think those are the only two third-party Switch 2 games. I bought plenty of Switch 1 indie games or whatever, but third parties or whatever.
You played
Um,
Hades, I think, right? On did you used your Switch 2 for that?
yeah, I
Yeah.
played Switch. I played Hades on Switch 2 as well. I also bought Dispatch.
That fucking
I love Dispatch, but man, the censorship on the Switch 2 and the Switch 1, excuse me. Um, man, I'm not a big fan, bro. I started to like really not like the idea of forced censorship in certain games. Like I can't even say the word right. Censorship. There you go. But I just I don't enjoy when, especially when the Steam version of the game. I have both the Steam version, the PC version, whatever, and I also bought the Switch 2 edition because I wanted to play in handheld mode or whatever. Um, for the portability. But man, it's why do they have to change that? There's no reason for them to change that. They've made tweets about it, like addressing it, saying that, oh yeah, we're gonna have a separate version, the uncensored version of the game. But we'll wait when that time comes because for right now, I am not touching this Dispatch Switch
Yeah.
2 edition. But like I said, Final Fantasy 7 really good. Excited to get into Cyberpunk. Um,
And Rebirth,
but yeah,
don't
that's
forget it.
low key my
Don't forget it.
experience.
We're getting that
And then
Rebirth.
Rebirth also. I'm gonna get into it when I finish Remake. So I'm yeah, plenty of games to play on
Yeah.
here. I even wanted to get Red Dead Redemption Switch 2. That was on Switch 1, but like so it doesn't really count, but
It's I
like
have a point, sorta,
yeah,
kind of, sorta.
it has a Switch 2 edition.
Um, yeah. So yeah, third parties have been, yeah, nothing short of amazing. It'll obviously continue. I think Elden Ring, what comes out this year. Oh, yeah, low key, you know. That really just goes to show how bad I fucked you over. You know what we forgot? Street Fighter. Totally,
We
we.
did.
I had
We
it on
did forget Street
PS5.
Fighter.
I had you buy it on Switch too, and
Full
yeah,
price.
we really got to play that game
Full
more
price.
often.
It's fun. I mean, it's a good game.
I loves it. I need to like really sink into it. But I do just kind of want to like we don't have anything to say on it because I don't think either of us played it. But just kind of like quick glance, quick edits. Fucking Drag X Drive and Welcome Tour. I do want to get both of them just to like have them and try them.
Because
And
they did
then
Welcome Tour came out on
yep,
launch, so
yep, that it did. We did not. I know I definitely didn't buy them, but I would like to. And then Pokopia, I don't think you bought it. I did. I played it for like 5 hours. And I think the game's great. Don't get it twisted. It's just like a lot of shit went down during when that game came out for me. So I kind of like it's a very overwhelming game. So I kind of just set it aside, and then when I'm ready for it, I'll eventually pick it back up. But I think the next game, I don't have anything to say on it, so I'll let you take the stage. Age of Imprisonment. I did not get it. You did. What'd you think?
Age of Imprisonment. I'm not gonna lie. This game is if you're like a Dynasty Warriors kind of guy, then I never played the game, but I've heard people say it's a really like if you like that game, then you'll enjoy Age of Imprisonment. And I enjoyed Age of Imprisonment even without Dynasty Warrior experience. So, but I played Warrior games or whatever they're called, Masuo games, whatever we want to call it. I played those games. I played a ton of those games, and um, Age of Imprisonment was really enjoyable. I think seeing like a Warriors game at 60 FPS was really nice to see because I mean it was kind of 60 FPS because there would be some dips a couple times. I don't know what kind of optimization they were going with or what kind of issues they were facing during development, but it would dip at some points in the story in the gameplay. Like if there was a lot of explosions going on in the background, then expect it to like dip a couple frames down. But I mean, even though that's like a given, I don't know. But like in normal gameplay though, it even dips sometimes. Like maybe 55 FPS, maybe like 50. Like it's noticeable. And but I had a good experience. I liked it. I liked the fighting. I love how there's a ton of characters you can choose from to like go into the story with or a certain mission or something. Um, what are those Tears of the Kingdom? What are they called again? Those freaking
I don't fucking
the
know.
abstracts or what are they called?
uh,
The little
the
robot dudes.
the constructs.
The
Was it?
constructs.
Yeah.
There you
Okay.
go.
I do remember.
They did implement those in this game as well. So they had the fire one, they had the ice one, the freaking thunder one, now lightning one.
Yep.
They even had like the hydra one too as well, the water one. Um, that you can like use into combos and like fusion combos. Like maybe you want to like set a little bokoblin on fire. Okay, boom, you set it down, and then you start attacking them, and then you break their shield, do an ultimate attack, destroy a whole mob of like monsters and whatever, and then it's rinse and repeat, low key. But it is very satisfying to me. I like playing those type of games, so I think they're like very. I think that was very satisfying to me. I feel like I should probably get back into it because I haven't played it since I finished it. Like I know they've been adding some updates to it and over time, and I mean I don't. I just don't have a reason to go back to it. Like I finished the game. I could honestly like 100% the whole area, like because right now in the story, Ganon or whatever his name is, I think it's Ganon. I'm not sure if it's like the something else, but Ganon is like taking over the Hyrule or whatever, and you have to like take back the area from him in the story. But and then you can complete it and get 100%, whatever. I might go back and do that, but those games tend to take a long time to 100%, so that's why I just don't want to do it right now. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But it was a good game. Was it worth $70 though? No. I'm gonna say nah. I'm gonna say nah because the next game that came after it was a better game. I won't lie. And I even have less hours on that game. And that's Kirby Air Riders, son.
Yes, sir. Shoot, yeah, no, honestly, I think I'll just, we'll just
Or
jump
is it
straight
Pokemon
into.
ZA? I don't even know which one
So
came after
actually,
that.
I kind of fucked up. So it was a ZA then Age of Imprisonment, but I don't care. I'm not like super worried about an
We can
order.
make a video on that. You a big Pokemon
Yeah,
dude
I
anyway.
that is true. I guess actually I was gonna say I'll quickly touch on because I played two games that I don't believe you played. I played
Hmm.
Metroid Prime 4 and Tennis Fever, Mario Tennis Fever. Prime 4, I made like that whole fucking practically rant. I was just super pissed off. But it was a good game, all things considered. It's like I said in that video, it's the most like 7 out of 10 you will ever play, and so that's a good thing. Sometimes you need that. But like as far as Switch 2 goes, beautiful. Like I could not imagine playing that game on Switch 1, and I know what's crazy is that it's really good on Switch 1. But the quality just level of Switch 2 having that mode, I think I played in the performance mode because at the end of the day, like I was playing on my monitor is not 4K. What's the difference really gonna make? So I opted to have the 120 frames. But even still, with that game is so beautiful. Like that's genuinely one of the best looking Nintendo games ever. I was constantly just like every area, everything you see, just stopping and like enjoying it, just looking at it. It was really beautiful. And then Mario Tennis Fever, I really like that game. I guac guac guac, right? Like I love fucking Nintendo cock, but that game was not worth $70. No, the fuck it wasn't.
Yeah.
It was still great though. Like I had fun with it. I need to get back on and like I never even touched the online. Like I did the story mode and like single player battles. But I really liked it too. Hopefully that's also one that could use some updates. But yeah, we do have two games that both of us did play. With the Legend ZA and Air Riders. So I think well I know I have more to say about ZA, but I kind of what you said I want to save that for a little video. So I'll just kind of go and say I fucking love this game to death. I know like people do think it's very good, but especially like now lately, like I've been seeing a lot of shit talk on the
Definitely a
game.
change
Yeah,
of
a change of
perspective on this
perspective.
game.
And I don't agree with it at all. Like I genuinely think, being especially somebody who, unlike all these fake fucking LARPers out there, I've played every Pokemon game. Literally the only one I have not played is Legends Arceus. That's legit it.
You should play that one. That one's
I
pretty
really
good.
should. I do hear it's quite good. But no, it's legit. It's this and Omega Ruby Alpha Sapphire. Those are my two favorite games, and I can interchange either of them. I think I only maybe just lean towards Oris just because that was like my childhood Pokemon for sure. And X and Y as well. Like those are my top three. But I fucking love especially like with X and Y being my favorite gen. Going back in, even if it was just limited to Lumiose, it was so amazing. Like seeing all the old characters like Emma and Z and like everybody. Even and I know
From
the
Pokemon X and
DLC.
stuff,
Yeah.
right? They're like
Mm-hmm.
from the X and Y
Yes, sir.
games.
Yeah, and like seeing them all kind of like grown up. Obviously, like you're missing a lot of key characters in there, and I think the DLC has Karina, if I'm not mistaken. But no, like just seeing them all kind of like evolve, because I think it's like 5 or 10 years after X and Y. It was fucking awesome. Like Emma's the detective, and she's like an important role. The new characters like your crew, I fucking love all of them. Naveen, I don't remember the other dude's name, but the whole point is like I love the game. The battle system's amazing. The music's amazing. The story was amazing. Like that is a game. I'm not somebody who usually does like side quests and whatever. Like I'm kind of just like a point A to point B kind of player. I did every single side quest in that game because I fell in love with it so much. And like
I didn't even know that.
my
That's crazy.
team, I did. I was hooked on it. And then with Air Riders, for me, I was kind of. I think it's a great game. Like I had so much fun with the I played with you. It was we had a couple other people play, but like mainly
It
I
was
think
Kevin and
yeah,
Matt.
yeah, it was. We had a great time. Like the trial was awesome. And then
The city trial was pretty cool.
yeah,
Yeah.
and like the actual like full game, I have not sunken into it like I thought I would. Like I haven't scratched the story mode. I've pretty much exclusively just done city trial, and honestly now, the game's not super active from what I hear. I guess I'm part of that problem
Yeah,
in that
I tried
aspect.
playing like a couple nights ago, and
Because
it was
there's not
I
a
only
lot of
got
fun.
one real player. I'm not
Yeah.
sure. I don't know about that.
It
And it was city trial too.
yeah. No, it's a game that I think all of us expected to have more legs than it did. But that doesn't
Yeah.
take away from like the quality of the game. Like it's a amazing game. City Trial is so much fun. I'll actually look forward to like recording the gameplay footage for that. For this, it's a really good game that just did not like get me hooked like I thought it did, and like I think a lot of other people can feel the same way. But with those two games, ZA and Air Riders, because you played ZA, I think you beat it if I'm not mistaken. I'm pretty sure
Yeah, I
you
did. I
did.
did. I beat it.
And then Air Riders, I think you're kind of in the same spot with me of like not playing it as much as we thought. What
As
do
I
you
would
think
like to.
about yeah?
Yeah,
What do
I
you think
would.
about both of those games?
ZA as like a non. I was a Pokemon hater. I won't even lie.
Mm.
I was just out of spite. I
I
just didn't
remember.
like
I fucking
Pokemon.
remember.
I tried Legends Arceus and or Arceus. I don't know how to say it. I say Arceus,
I've heard
um,
more.
but I played that one at first. I couldn't get into it as much, but I went back and finished it on Switch 2 when Switch 2 because it runs better. It's still 30 FPS, but I mean, it's I have to go back and beat my backlog. Um, then I played Violet, and I thought it was okay. I thought it was cool. Like Pokemon's alright. Then I went to ZA, and that kind of changed like everything for me. I feel as like someone that doesn't really play Pokemon like that. Um, ZA was nice aesthetically. It was really cool to see like France, and we in Paris. Oh my gosh, we in France. It was pretty cool. I love some of the characters on there. What's her name? The one with the it starts with a J. It was one
Uh,
that invited like people to battle all the
J-
time. Like
Jackinth? It's like a flower. I
yeah,
don't know the name of
yeah,
it,
yeah,
but
yeah, yeah.
yeah, that
Her
her
like
best
I fuck with
character.
her heavy.
Mm-hmm.
She's like one of the most memorable characters right now that I'm thinking about from that game. And I also played this is actually my first Pokemon game. I forgot to mention. It was Brilliant Diamond.
Mm-hmm.
I actually did buy that game and I beat it as well. That was my first Pokemon that I beat, and it was fun. It was a little fun. Like that one is the most my most played Pokemon game so far. I gotta get those hours up on ZA. But yeah, going back to ZA though. Um, it was pretty cool. I liked it. I got the Switch 2 edition. Got it at like I don't know, $60 or something. I forgot. Cause it was $70. I'm not paying 70 for a Pokemon game. I'm gonna be honest. But but come winning waves, we'll see. Anyway, I love ZA. I think it's low-key my favorite game so far. And I played RCS right after that, so right after ZA. So it's still it's still better in my opinion. ZA is still better than RCS. Still better than most of the Pokemon Switch games that I've played so far. And then Air Riders. Um, Air Riders is cool. I don't know. There's not really much to say about this game for me.
Yeah, no, it's
It's just it's really cool. It's fun. City Trial's fun. Online, I wish it would be more active, but I'm gonna try again. I'll try one more time. But
you
at
might have
night,
to
it is not
try,
active, bro. At night is not active at all.
and that's
But it's
primarily
it's good.
when you play
It's
games.
good.
Yeah, it's like at night.
Low key, yeah. Like most of the time, even the Splatoon 3 servers were more active at
Hmm.
night than in the morning.
Fucking Splatoon. Yeah, no, but with that though, we're getting kind of close here to the end. I have two more things that I want to talk about. So, obviously now we're entering into the second year. We have Yoshi technically is a first year title, but when I'm recording this and the cutoff, well, whatever, year two.
It's not out yet.
Oh,
It'll be out this week though.
yeah, exactly. I might even get it. I think maybe. We'll see.
You have
But
to give me your
we
thoughts on that one.
we got like Yoshi. We have Star Fox, which I pre-ordered. Rhythm Heaven, which technically a Switch. Okay. Actually, maybe three, but like maybe we'll count it. I don't know. Right quick, we've both been playing Tomodachi Life. We fucking love it. That game's amazing. 10 out of 10. Lovely.
The game's pretty good. I like it.
Just
9 out of 10 for
I
me.
just had to mention that quickly though. But Star Fox, Fire Emblem. We can only assume maybe this Ocarina Time remake or a 3D Mario for the holiday something. Splatoon Raiders. That's the one I think me and you are probably the most excited for.
Mm-hmm.
So kind of a two-parter. One is there any game that like throughout the year, it can be a Switch 2 game, it could be something that you had on Switch 1 that you played on Switch 2, anything of note, or that's like coming out or within the next year that you want to talk about, that like you played for Switch 2, anything there, the floor is yours.
Um, like I said earlier, I was playing Fire Emblem. Oh my gosh, Final Fantasy VII remake,
Mm.
right? What did I say it right?
Yeah,
I
yeah,
hope I
yeah.
said it. My brain went
Final
freaking.
Fantasy.
I had a
Yeah,
brain fart right
yeah.
now. Okay, good. Cause I was playing that game a couple like yesterday, I think, and like I said, there's nothing else. I already said everything I said, man. It looks good, everything good, runs good, battery life good. I
Mm-hmm.
don't know. There's not much to say right now, but I've been also playing Tomodachi Life. Pretty good game as well. Smash. I've been playing. I've been going back to Breath of the Wild sometime. Like I started a new file,
Mm-hmm.
and I've been going back and really like enjoying and appreciating the Switch 2 edition because I didn't even. I just this came for free. I got the expansion pass, so I haven't like sat down and really played the game again since I finished it back in like 2018 or whatever. But now I started a new file on Breath of the Wild, and I'm still at the beginning of the game, but I'm really appreciating the Switch 2 edition. And then maybe eventually I'll go back to playing Tears of the Kingdom Switch 2 edition.
Oh yeah.
I'm really looking forward to playing Splatoon Raiders. I'm a big Splatoon fan since the first game 2015, so
Mm-hmm.
damn,
We've
we
been
came a
here.
long way.
We've
You know
been
what I
here.
mean? We came a long way. But yeah, those are the games that I'm really excited for. If there's something that I wanted from this console right now, it's this is like a no-brainer right here. I really want the next Monolith Soft game,
Mm.
which might be Xenoblade 4. It might be Xenoblade Chronicles 4 or it might be Xenoblade Chronicles something else.
Yeah.
I don't know, but I'm excited for the next Monolith Soft game that comes out on this console because they do some crazy stuff.
Mm-hmm. That I will say they do. I think honestly my Xenoblade like trolling days they're coming to an end. Like I can only go so far because I would really like to give it another go and see if I was just bullshitting. For me, I originally wasn't gonna like mention a game, in like that little segment, of like any other games we missed out on. But this was such a big part of my year, the beginning of this year, and I for some reason totally forgot to write it down. Animal Crossing. I had come
Oh
back.
yeah,
Yeah, that was I you luckily gave me like a light bulb for that. But yeah, Animal Crossing, like obviously like the rest of the world, played in the pandemic, loved it, got like 100 or so hours, and then like also the rest of the world kind of fell off of it. At the end, moved on to other things. But then they dropped the Switch 2 edition and that free update at the beginning of this year, and it suckered me back in. Like my island, keep in mind, New Horizons came out when I was 14. I'm 20
that's
now.
crazy.
Both of us are, we're grown adults, 20 years in our 20s. So my design tastes have obviously changed. And like I just would, I mean, you were fucking there, obviously. Like I was playing that game every night, like just redesigning, my whole thing. And I loved it. It
I
was it
witnessed
was
that.
amazing. so good. And then yeah, upcoming games that are coming out. Raiders, I'm obviously super stoked for, as we're both big Splatoon fans. Rhythm Heaven is one because I never tried Rhythm Heaven like ever, so this would I am really excited for that. Star Fox, I loved 64 as a kid, so I'm excited to see that. Fire Emblem, I really want to try that. From what I played of when I played Conquest, I love that. But yeah, so the next year's coming in, but then finally I want to end it off. Um, any wishes for a year or two? It can be tied to the console. It can be like company, I guess, focus, whatever. For me, I have three. I guess maybe like if you can think of three, or I don't know, less than that, whatever. So I'll go a game, a console feature, and then just something general for Nintendo. For a game, naturally, I mean, camera will show it. The whole fucking arm is there. Again, right? Whatever. Flex. Bayonetta trilogy. I think the first one doesn't necessarily need a I don't know, a Switch 2 edition, a port, whatever. We have that on every fucking platform ever. It's my favorite game of all time though. It doesn't matter. Bayonetta 2, I think you don't necessarily need like a Switch 2 edition or like another port, but I think it wouldn't hurt. And that game's amazing as well, obviously. And then, of course, the big one, like kind of my whole point for this is Bayonetta 3. You actually just bought Bayonetta 3. Again, your eBay scoundrels.
eBay shit.
You just found that out. You are going
I
to
only
find
bought it
out.
because it runs better
Yeah. You're
on Switch
you're
2.
you're gonna find out that even with it being like just like natively with like the
Handheld boosted and
hardware,
all
yeah.
that.
Even though like it just on a better console, that game is still kind of rough around the edges. So I want like a dedicated like trilogy remaster, whatever you want to call it. Bring those to the Switch. Of course, I'll buy it because I love Bayonetta. But then for the console, and this is tough because like at the end of the day, how long are you really gonna be using or like be on this feature for? But and it is such a basic answer. I want my fucking themes. I really do. I still to this day, the Wii U, like the Wara Wara Plaza, my favorite like interface of any console, like even including PlayStations and Xboxes and whatever, PCs even. Like the Wara Wara Plaza is my personal favorite. So even if it's not necessarily something like that, because I don't think they would, or even that like we need it. Even if it was just like themes for the actual like the console, like give us like a Mario interface or like a Pokemon or Splatoon, whatever it is. I think that would be amazing. Even if it is just a couple of seconds, I don't care. I still want it. And then for like a company thing, and again, like for whatever wishes you have, you don't have to like do one of each or whatever. Do it. It can be 3 games if you want. I really want them to keep doing directs. I'm not a fan of like it, okay, the Star Fox thing was cool, the surprise drop, and luckily we were both like in the moment, able to watch it. Um, and like
Like
surprise
5 minutes
drops,
is
yeah,
crazy.
yeah, surprise drops are like cool, whatever. But that is something I legit never want to see again. Yeah, doing just dropping that news and like, hey, in like 5 fucking minutes we're gonna be having this presentation. No, like give me the 2 days notice
Like an
beforehand. Hey,
hour or
yeah, hey,
something.
we're doing a Nintendo Direct on Thursday. Be here. Set your schedule. I don't want them to move on from the direct format, and I don't want them to just limit it to like being for game exclusive, like how we had the Star Fox one. How I could assume we'll have like a Raiders one, or fucking whatever. I game specific ones. I want less of. Like I just want, even if it's 3 times a year, 2 times, whatever it is. Just give me specific, like just a full blown Nintendo Direct in June. Give it to me in October, whatever the fuck. February. That's I still want that. But of course, I'm only one person. So do you have any wishes for year two and beyond for the Switch 2?
So a game. You said a game and a feature and the one like company thing.
Yeah, it doesn't have to be like any of
Um,
that. Like again, you can do like three games if you want. Like if those are all your wishes, just just kind of in general.
no, I'll do the three. I'll do the three.
Whatever you want.
Um, a game that I want. I already said Xenoblade 4, but if I had to choose another one, definitely like for this year, like the next year too, it's gotta be man, what I'm trying to think
I
about it and
have
I
I have a
still know.
guess. I have a guess of what you would have what you're
I think
thinking.
I might have to say that 3D Mario, son.
Oh, that is not what I thought you were gonna say. I honestly thought you were gonna
I
say Kid Icarus.
I
That's
mean,
what I was
yeah, I
thinking.
would love Kid Icarus, but it just doesn't seem like a realistic like
And
thing that
you
would
want a
happen
newer
in the
game.
year two. You know what I mean? I want like a huge. We need like a huge game. Like Mario Kart World is a big game, yeah, because it's Mario Kart. But like real people want to see the next 3D Mario, and I think I'm also included in that
Mm,
group of people. And yeah, I think we can definitely see either. I feel like we can see a reveal by the end of the year. If not, then year three, the
okay.
early year three of Switch 2. But I think it's coming. It's coming soon. We're just not ready for that reveal that's gonna happen
Mm,
maybe this year, maybe next year. Who knows? Because it's definitely coming though. We know it's in development. Like there's no way.
yeah.
And then for the features, I mean, for since I'm a handheld person, this already was answered. Like this just came out of nowhere. This handheld boost
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
thing that they launched with a couple, I think it was like a couple months ago, like back in February or something like that. They already answered my prayers. So they already launched with the handheld boost. Basically, what it does is just that it enhances like handheld experience. It makes the games look like or play as if you were playing on the Switch One docked.
Mm.
Cause I play a lot of Switch One games. Cause like I have like for example right now I have a fucking spending problem. Cause this is on sale. This is on sale. This is on sale. But I really wanted to get into this game, and I thought about it yesterday. I recently bought Freedom Planet. I don't know if you know that's an indie game. It's
Yes.
like a
Yep.
Sonic inspired type of game. I bought Freedom Planet 2 like literally an hour before this video, you know what I mean? Cuz I was thinking about it, I was like, "Dang, it's $25 right now. Like I'm not going to spend $25 on this, I'm going to be honest. I support all my indie devs, but
Mm. I get what you're
like
saying.
$25 right now, I don't know." But then it went on sale like this morning, I think. It was 9.99. I bought that.
Okay.
And I want to see if it like if it looks any better. Apparently, I've seen people on like Reddit say that it's really bad on Switch One. So let's see on Switch Two if it runs any better, 60 FPS. Let's see. But I know that most Switch One games are affected by the handheld boost. The only games that I know that are not affected by it are like Pikmin, and for some reason Pikmin and like the 3D All Stars. For some
Mm.
reason, it's not like enhanced for some reason, but. Hopefully Pikmin 4, Pikmin 3, and all those Pikmin games. Mostly just 3 and 4. Get a Switch 2 edition.
Oh yeah.
But as for a company thing, fuck it, bro. Let's just say the Switch 2 is gonna sell like 40 million
Oh,
units by the
I
end of
like
year two.
that. Yeah, I like that. We need
40
that.
million.
40 million. That's a
It's
high
probably that
estimate.
probably sounds like a realistic choice. I don't know, because right now it's like 30 million. So
Mm.
as of
Oh,
like
you're
a
talking
couple
like
months,
globally.
yeah,
Okay,
globally,
okay,
yeah.
okay. Yeah, no, I think
So hopefully
that's
40
attainable.
mil.
I think that's definitely doable. 100%.
As much as I would like to see it go to like to 50 mil, then but I'm gonna say 40 mil. I'm gonna say 40 mil.
I mean, that's a pretty reasonable ask there. Okay, then honestly, yeah, I think that about wraps it up. Hopefully, you guys enjoyed this kind of discussion here. Of course, massive thank you to my lovely friend here for hopping on with me, taking the time to do this. I'll drop
Thank you, son.
all his links, whatever he wants down below.
Just put my YouTube in there. Put
Yeah,
my
I'll
YouTube down
try.
there.
I know there's some like fucking feature that like you can essentially we could both upload the same
Oh
video. I want to
yeah,
see if that works. I don't know how. I'll do some research on
we
that.
can try
But
it.
we can combine that. But yeah, if you want more of him, which I think you should, I know I do. Fucking we
Make a
drop that.
Xenoblade video right now.
Yeah,
It's in the
we'll
works.
get that link going. You guys can go check out all his stuff. Of course, you know where to find me. And yeah, thank you guys all for watching. And shit, we'll probably see you for year two. We'll see. But yeah, thank you for watching. Goodbye.
Let's get it.